Hi, good morning, welcome back to the channel. It's a sunny day here in North Devon. Just thought I'd catch up. I apologise, I've not been doing much over the last month or so due to the fact there's been a bit of an emergency within the family. Fingers crossed it's all getting better. Bit of ill health, not on myself and my partner, but hey ho, fingers crossed. So I haven't been out for over a month, haven't done anything that I was going to do, which was obviously give you updates on what I've actually done with the bike. I've put on a new air filter, a Uni filter, an Australian company that specialises in filters for off-road bikes. A foam filter, double layered foam filter, which increases the airflow by 24%, I think it is, which is quite a considerable amount. It's supposed to improve brake horsepower. I don't really think it does that, but it does help with the torque at lower end, I think, and gives it more of a gruff engine sound through the exhaust, which is something else that I was going to talk to you about over this video. So combination of obviously the air filter and a Zard exhaust, an Italian company that I've had on the bike for several years now. I'll show you what it sounds like, and obviously a picture of what the exhaust is like as well. It's considerably lighter than the standard stock one. I think well, when I took it off, it certainly was £50 plus, £5, not 50, £5 plus lighter than the standard exhaust, which is quite a considerable saving. There's a few other things that I want to do to the bike. I'm going to put some short brake levers on the bike over the next few weeks. Two-fingered controls, basically, they call them short. Again, that helps if you're going off-road, which we're going to try and be doing sometime this year again. Go out for a few days, bit of off-green laning. But yeah, so a few things. The other thing is when funds permit, I want to change the battery to a lithium battery. Again, it's another weight saving. It's they reckon they're about 4 or 5 pounds lighter than the standard one that comes on the bike, which again is a considerable saving. So an accumulation of the exhaust and battery and bits and pieces, I reckon I could have, or I would have saved about 14 pounds in weight, a stone in good old UK weights. Kilos, I'm not sure exactly how much that is. It's probably, I think it's about 6-8 kilos, something like that. But again, it's all weight saving. There'll be those that are out there saying, well, if you lose a stone in weight, that's a bonus. Well, yes, I'm trying to do that as well. I've lost nearly a stone already, so it's just under 17 stone. I want to get down to 16. I'm 6'2", so I don't want to be 14 stone. I would look ill if I was that. But certainly, goal of getting down to 16 stone would be good. Yeah, just really come out today, first time out, clear my head a little bit. Always makes you feel good out on a bike. As I say, we all have issues in our lives. Certainly over the last month there were issues that certainly I and people wouldn't have ever thought possible, but as I say, fingers crossed everything is on the up and up. But like I say, live your life, get out whenever you can, as Bruce Teapot One would say. It makes you realise that we're only on this planet for a short while, and be kind to each other and make the most of it. It's what do they say? It's not a dress rehearsal. Some people might say you're here more than once, but I'm not getting into that argument, or not. But just make the most of it. Like I say, there'd be lots of things that I want to review on the bike. Fingers crossed now, get back to doing a video, if not every week, every other week. This one really is about getting out. I'll show you, as I say, I'll put some pictures up of the uni filter. It's easy to fit. I didn't do a fitting instruction video or anything like that. I think if I can put one on, I think anybody can. It was quite easy. Just take the seat off. There's two side panels, the lower ones on the Tiger, which have got the 900 written on the side. There's two screws on either side. Unscrew them and pull the panels back, and they come off easy enough. Then there's 6 screws on the air filter box, which again you might need. You'll see some videos, they say obviously you might need to put a screwdriver under the box to prise the seal off, and then the filter just pulls out. The other one fits straight in there. It's pre-oiled, so the filter is pre-oiled. You don't need to do anything with it. They recommend, if you're going a lot of off-road and dusty, maybe every time you go out if it's really bad, but if not, 2 or 3 times for off-road use in dusty conditions. For UK weather, probably you once or twice a year just pre-oil it, wash it, pre-oil it, put it back. It's basically a lifetime filter. So although they're, I think it was £68 in the UK, it's certainly, over the life of having it, it's going to pay for itself. It does make the torque slightly better at low end, and it does sound a little bit more gruff due to the increase in airflow into the engine. Other than that, I put some grease around the filter case when I put it back in. Just again, I'll put a picture of that up. Just a standard grease, works and temperatures down to 40 below and up to 120. It doesn't crystallise or anything like that in different temperatures. So just a standard grease, but always look out for a decent one. And then other than that, it just fits back in, bolt everything back on, and away you go. They do recommend running the filter for probably 10 minutes, just idling it, just so the management system can calculate everything. It's definitely not going to affect anything to do with the engine. It's it's just a slight improvement in performance, and certainly better airflow. So it's in my eyes it was a good buy. There's loads of different ones, K&N, but if you look on the internet, Unifilter, as I say, is an Australian based company, and it's got great reviews, so hence why I went for that. And as I say, combine that with the Zard exhaust, it does make a completely different sound to the stock exhaust. It's gurgles and pops every now and again. It's got a deeper sound to it. I mean, there's Afrobovic and different Arrow ones that you can get. I just went for that one because it's got a 2-pipe exit to it. Looks quite good on the bike. It's stainless steel. I've had it, as I say, for over 3.5 years now, and there's not a speck of rust. It's as good as new, basically. It's got carbon fibre end to it and heat guard. Yeah, and no problem whatsoever. As I say, the weight saving was probably somewhere in the region of 5 pounds in weight. You could notice it as soon as you took it off the bike. But yeah, nice sound. You hear that? Slightly better induction. It's more of a gruff sound when you pull away. Yeah, so those are sort of things that I've done from an engine airflow point of view with the filter, and obviously the exhaust. There's other things that I've had done, or I've done. I put Lone Rider motor pegs, pivot ones on. I'll go into a video about them. They're wider, easier to stand on, have a different level of flexibility, so they pivot. So you have 3 different colours that you can use. Hard, it doesn't really move at all. I think it's orange, it's slightly softer, and a red one as well. So I'll talk to you about those as well. Other than that, let's say I've put rack on the back of the bike for my rackless Moscow Moto 40 system. I've tried several different systems over the past few years. Hard luggage, semi-rigid luggage, all those sort of things. And yes, semi-rigid worked well. I had the Lone Rider ones, but they were wider than the stock silver or black tin panniers, which made it very difficult to filter with, because they were actually wider than the handlebars, and at higher speeds tended to unstabilise the bike a little bit. That was felt a bit twitchy with it through the handlebars. So the Moscow Moto, there's 80 litres. I've been camping, I've been to the ABR festival 3 times now, taken a tent, all my camping stuff, sleeping bag, mattress, pillow, clothes. I've got all of that in the 40 litres, and the tent just strapped on the back, and there was plenty of room. And I think any long trip you could use that, 10-day trip, whatever. I mean, if you want to take the kitchen sink and 25 pairs of pants and 25 t-shirts, then obviously it's not all going to fit in. But if you take enough, rather than, I think we all overpack sometimes, then it would be enough for most things, and it doesn't, it's tight to the bike. As I say, I'll do a video on that. I got a Stinger 8 and a Stinger 22, and hopefully as well over the next few months I shall get the Wildcat 25 litre rucksack. I've got the 12 litre one, which is fine. I can carry loads in there. It's, yeah, so the 25 litre rucksack with 40 litres. I've also got a SW Motec 35 litre dry bag that I can swap out and put on with the Reckless 40. The 2 pods on the side of the Reckless 40 of 14 litres plus an auxiliary pod on each side, which is another 4 litres. So you know, it can make it as much as you want, and certainly for camping and trips, I think it would do. Yeah, so there's plenty of things coming up on the channel of what I've got, and none of it has been sponsored, or people say, oh yes, I haven't, you know, I've paid for everything. I've only just started. These are more personal videos. I'm not doing it to become a 300,000 subscriber YouTube channel. I mean, yeah, but if that happened, that would be great, but I'm 65. I retire. I've retired. Got a get my state pension in the UK, they call it nowadays, in 3 or 4 months time. So yeah, it's more for fun and pleasure, and letting people know what I've done to my Tiger. It's Tiger related stuff, but it's applicable to any bike really. I mean, you know, whether you've got a BMW, whether you've got a Ducati, Norden, whatever you've got, for travelling on an adventure bike, all of these things can be fitted. You know, the motor pegs can fit BMWs, the short clutch levers can be fitted to most bikes, barkbuster hand guards, double tape mirrors, all of those sort of things, that they can all be fitted. It's not just purely specific to a Triumph or a Tiger. It can be used on any. So there'll be lots of videos, and if any of you have got any questions about anything, I'm going to do one on tyres. I currently run the Michelin Anarchy Wilds. I'll do a review on those coming up. I've done nearly 3,000 miles on them. Front one is like new, back one has worn down a little bit now, and I'll probably get up to, I would have thought, 3,500 miles out of the back, which some people will say, well, that's not a lot, but at the end of the day, it's an off-road 50/50 tyre. I do get great grip on the dry, I do get good grip in the rain, I don't get a lot of wind noise from the tyres, and I think it finishes the bike off with a 50/50 tyre. If I wasn't going to do any off-roading, I'd probably go for the Anarchy Adventure tyre, Michelin Anarchy Adventure tyre, which is a more 70/30 base type tyre. Again, great tyre, really good in the wet, has great reviews, but tyres are a personal choice, what you feel confident with. Hi, welcome back. So much for it's sunny Devon, or reasonable weather. It's just starting to drizzle. Looks pretty black out, and looks like it's going to rain a bit. The other thing I was going to talk about was cameras and mics. I'm no professional. I've got one camera in action, DJI Action 4. I've got I've just got a mic 3, Dave at Really Good TV's been using it. He's really good. He's got a great channel, and obviously he's a professional cameraman, does stuff, and he's been trying to find the holy grail of wireless, so no wires, so you can use it basically whenever it's raining and not have any problem with water getting into the camera or the mic or whatever. And his last few videos he's been using the Mic 3, which he seems to think now he's found the answer. I've only used this once since, and today's probably the first day making a video with it properly inside the helmet. And it sounded, or it looked like it sounded really good. It certainly sounded better than the Mic Mini, in my opinion, and that's only my opinion. It's got certain features that are better. The bigger Mic 2 is obviously probably the go-to mic if you're using it, but very difficult to put one of them inside a helmet. It's sort of it's slightly too big, I think, in my opinion. Whereas this little Mic 3 is by far smaller. I'll do a video on it, as I say, proper video on it over the next few weeks, where you can see how it's fitted. It's fitted inside the helmet on the right hand side cheek. I can't feel it at all on my cheek itself. I've glued a magnet that I had from an old mic into the helmet and stick this Mic 3 onto that. I've also got, to make double sure it doesn't fall out or whatever, I've put Velcro on the mic and Velcro on the magnet, so it's Velcroed, so it's not going to fall out. And so far so good. Well, fingers crossed. If you can still hear me and it hasn't dropped out, then then it's working. So I think it's going to be the answer. Certainly for what I do. It looks like it's going to be able to do everything. You can hopefully hear me. Well, some people will say shut up, but yeah, you can hear me, and you can make your own mind up whether it's better or not, or if it's, yeah. I mean, lots of people go obviously with wired mics, which obviously sound quality is better, possibly, but video quality is important, but I think sound quality and obviously being out here someone with reasonable clarity is good, and that's what I think this little mic gives you. So that's enough of me waffling on about mics and things like that. Again, if you have any questions on that, not that I know a great deal about it, but if I can help anyone, then feel free to contact me. Obviously on the comments below. This video hopefully will go up within the next 2 or 3 days. Today is just getting worse, really. I mean, the weather looks shocking. I looked at the app this morning and it was no rain and reasonably, well, it's reasonable weather, but it looks like it's going to turn for the worse, but hey ho. I've got waterproofs, I've got gloves that are warm. I haven't got the heated gloves on, but it's not that cold. It's about 8 degrees, 9 degrees today, so it's not too bad. Just very murky and overcast, and spitting every now and again with rain. I'm heading down to Exeter for a coffee, the back way. There's 2 ways to get there. Obviously there's the A377 from Barnstable through Credit and that way, which is a good road, but I thought I'd mix it up a bit and go head out to Torrington, then across to Winkley and then back and catch up onto the A377 that way. When you're not stuck behind a bus, this road's pretty good. Yeah, it's just nice to be out on a bike. It does make you feel better, and everybody's their own, like we've said in the past. Everybody has their release, whether it's going to the gym, running, swimming, any form of exercise or sport. You can't really call this a sport, but it's my way, and I think a lot of people's ways of just relieving the stress of day-to-day life and what can get people down. There's lots of people that have put stuff about mental health, and having suffered with myself, I wholeheartedly agree with lots of people's opinions about bikes being better for you and your well-being. I would totally agree with that. It's yeah, you forget about, well, you can only concentrate on what you're doing at the time. You can't be thinking of too much else when you're riding a bike. You've got to stay focused. So yes, it's a great way of de-stressing. As I say, I think living in this world at the moment, there's lots of stresses, and there's lots of people that are worse off than me, and possibly people that are looking at this video. But it's making the best of life, being kind to people, and just live your life to the full. Yeah, we all have to work. But we do all need to take some time out for family and loved ones and yourself. It's not being selfish when you say, I'm going to have some time for myself. We all need to have time for ourselves, otherwise you're going to be in a situation where you're burnt out, possibly have breakdowns, all sorts of things. So you've got to look after yourself as well as trying to look after everyone else. Like I say, life's too short. Make the most of it. I'm going to sign off for now. I've done enough waffling on. If you like the video, please give it a like. Spread the word that we're going to be here talking about different bits and pieces on bikes. Again, all my own opinion. Like and subscribe. Never thought I'd be saying subscribe, but if you do, it's a bonus. If you don't and you just want to look at them, that's fine by me as well. So I'm going to sign off for now. Look after each other and stay safe if you're out there riding, just as the rain starts to come down. I'll sign off for now. Catch you in the next one. Thank you.